Let me ask y'all something, right? You go out with a woman. You're about to have sex. She gives you consent, right? Because consent is sexy. There's nothing sexier than consent. Mm. She then...
Or the right kind of no.
What?
Yeah, the right kind of no.
The right kind of no?
Yes, the right kind of no that's consented upon beforehand. If the game that you're playing in that moment is when I say no, I really mean yes in the realm of what we're doing.
Fuck everything
That's a very sexy no.
You fuck everything.
You really did blow your intro.
I did.
The whole intro. Listen, welcome. Conversationalist. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. It's over. Welcome, Conversationalist. It's your boy, C the Prophet, a.k.a. your moderator into Fuckboys Anonymous, a.k.a. the Homebody Homeboy, a.k.a. Super Nah, a.k.a. Clark Kent.
Are you saying can't or can't?
Can't.
Can't.
Clark Kent. All of those are variations of me saying no. Super Nah. Not Superman.
Okay,
Super Nah.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Clark Kent.
I like the Super Nah.
Yeah, Homebody Homeboy.
The homebody homeboy. Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm there.
Alright.
Took me a minute, but I got there.
You know what I'm saying? Fellas, introduce yourselves.
Well, I'm going to go on ahead and say it's your boy Rocco Seymour, a.k.a. Rocco Sensei, a.k.a. New York City's most ethical bachelor. That's a term I'm trying to coin for myself.
Okay.
New York City's most ethical bachelor. I get tongue-tied. What's good, people? It's your boy Second Chance, a.k.a. Second Chance. New York City's 2-inch Punisher. Welcome. Everybody got nicknames, so I got to give myself one.
You gave yourself a nickname already.
Yeah, the
about the 2-inch Punisher.
Yeah, straight up 2-inch Punisher. It's not about the size of the
always
building.
about this guy's dick.
It's not about
this
the size.
This is the second podcast.
First of all, I never once said that. I never said it was about my dick.
And here we are already talking about this man's dick.
I never said it was my dick. You did.
He's right though. You did bring up something else about like jerking off and staying hard.
That was last week.
How you doing, Second Chance? Your dick stayed hard all week? 2 times in a row? Huh?
The erections have been very healthy this week. They've been very, very healthy.
I don't want to discuss this anymore. I'm a little disgusted.
Bring us into our topic, brother.
All right, man. We got a lot to talk about today.
Before getting to said topic, though, there was something that was mentioned last week, was there not?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I asked a question. Rocco, you said that you had a favorite ex.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to dive deeper into that.
Yeah,
right?
We did talk about that.
Yeah. So, who's your guy's favorite ex? And would you spin the block? Why or why not? Or is it even possible to spin the block?
Yeah, for me, I know who a couple of my favorite exes are. They both have me blocked. And I know because I checked recently, like 2 days ago. And yeah, so I wasn't trying to spin the block. I was just trying to see how they was doing. Get an update on how attractive they got.
Spin the block. Because if you had checked up on it, they was like, hey, yo, I was thinking about you trying to come through.
If they would have hit me up, yes. But I wouldn't hit them up. I already know I burned out all my chances with both of them.
How many chances did you get?
See, that's something I was going to bring up later on, too. With one of them, I got a second chance.
No pun intended.
A year or two later.
Nobody. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. No, yeah.
I was going to say. No, that's
nobody's talking about you.
It's not your thing yet. Like, the second chance. But, yeah, it was like a couple of years later, I got a chance to be with them again, and it was so much better. And I was going to bring it up later on, like, getting a second chance with your favorite ex. But, yeah, they have both blocked me, so I can't spin the block. If they come back to me, I'm definitely opening the door. Because I feel like we had a shot, and maybe I was a little too naive, you know? It was all my fault. The reasons why they went down, it was all my fault. 100%.
But why was she your favorite ex? What did she do that nobody else is out here doing?
She was, like, actively doing everything that I thought people couldn't do. And she was proving me wrong. Like, with her own existence. Like, even if I told her
Is that what you hated about her? That she was proving you wrong?
Well, I actually enjoyed it. Like, I liked I would tell her, like, yo, seeing you do this let me know that I could do that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Not the same thing per se, but I kind of grew up with a negative voice in my head because of my pops. Mm-hmm. It wasn't, maybe not negative, but it was like the voice of reason. The sound voice. Like, why would you buy that when you could have bought this? You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like, my pops was always putting that in my head. So I realized that was coming out of my relationships. Like when I was talking to girls, I would start sounding like my dad. I'd be like, well, why would you do this instead of doing that? Like, why wouldn't you, you know what I mean? And it kind of comes across condescending too, instead of lifting them up. So, like, she would just do the thing. Like, she wouldn't fight me for my validation on it. And that's what I used to do with my pops. Mm-hmm. But she would just do it. Like, if I told her, I don't think it's a good idea to, like, put out a calendar set. Nobody buys calendars. She would just do it. Like, and that's what I liked about her. Like, some girls would be like, oh, my boyfriend told me not to do it, so I didn't do it. She would be like, my boyfriend didn't think it was a good idea, but I'm going to do it anyways. Like, because I want to. And it's not something that put her at danger. Like, sometimes we need our women to listen to us because, you know, we need them to be safe. Like, I'm telling you this for your safety. But she would just prove me wrong all the time. And I really, like, enjoyed that. To this day, you know, she's still, like, doing things that I didn't think would be sustainable or feasible. And, like, that's why she's my favorite ex. Like,
can I ask you?
She was educational. Yeah.
Do you have moments where you, if you can recall, in your relationships previous, after her, though, do you have moments where you find yourself comparing those women to her?
Nah.
No? Okay.
Nah. And that's the beauty of it all. Like, I can see every person that I date as their own person, and I can figure out if they're a good fit for me based on just, like, you know, compatibility. But I don't compare anyone to anyone.
So she wasn't like a standard bearer or anything when it comes down to the women that you would ultimately start dating?
Nah, because she was totally an anomaly. Like, I wouldn't have ever dated someone like her in the first place. Like, alright, let me say this properly. Like, she is my type. She was taller than me, very petite. She was a little bit younger than me. I don't usually date girls that are, like, younger than me. But yeah, she was just everything that wasn't, you know, fully my type. She didn't like me at first. We hated each other when we first, because we met at work and we just hated each other. She always had an attitude. She always looked sleepy. And then I found out, like, that's just how she looked. You know?
There's nothing this man hates more than a sleepy woman.
Yeah. I hear this shit.
But that's,
wake up!
That's
like,
another whole conversation.
It's the real world, man. Come on.
Got to be productive, man. At least here there's productivity.
Mm-hmm.
To work. But yeah, I don't compare any of my current peoples to her. But how about y'all? Did y'all have a favorite ex?
I don't have a favorite ex. I have a memorable ex. She's not my favorite because, like, we're exes for a reason. So they don't fall in the realm of something good because we're not together anymore. However, I do have a memorable ex, and for the same reason that you said, she would say and do things that other women wouldn't normally say or do when it came down to me. And it was welcoming, scary, and ultimately, it didn't work out because, like you said before, you have that voice in the back of your head, whether it's coming from childhood or trauma, whatever it is, that causes you to be reactive as opposed to being receptive. Mm-hmm. And it causes kinks, which ultimately led to relationships failing. As you guys can tell, I'm not deep diving into this because I don't want to. So no, I don't have a favorite ex, but I have a memorable one. And that's as far as I'm going to go as far as that goes.
That's fair.
This guy's a bitch.
A little bit. But he put some wisdom on the table, though.
Yeah.
As I always do, because I'm the wisdom one.
Throw that fucking... What?
What about you? Who's your
You said you're the wisdom bearer of the group? You're the wise old man?
I'm older than all of us.
All right.
I know my role. I know why I'm here.
You know my role.
I know I'm here. What's up, Kyle?
My favorite ex was my favorite ex because she ate my ass multiple times a day. And
didn't you know what? I'm gonna leave
what
it
you about
alone.
to ask?
I'm gonna leave it alone. I ain't gonna say nothing.
What you about to ask, bro? Ask what you want to ask.
I don't want it. Y'all
here.
You're sitting there talking about this dude was talking about his dick and his erections, and you just talking about a chick eating your ass.
Okay.
That's why she's his favorite ex, though.
That's why she's my
That's
favorite
his
ex.
reasoning.
Right? Now, if you said your favorite ex was your favorite ex because of the way she sucked your dick, now we're talking about your dick. So she used to eat my ass. No, I'm playing. She never ate my ass. Right? But, my favorite ex, the thing that made her one of my favorites is the fact that she used to pamper me. Like, little things like picking the eye boogers out my eyes or, picking out my ingrown hairs or being able to, like, give me a massage or things like that. That's something that you really don't see a lot anymore. That you don't get a lot anymore. So it's something that I always remember. And I'm like, damn, I miss that.
So
you know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is, when I was in the moment, I would be like, yo, she's all over me and I don't like it. But now I do.
Right.
I miss it.
Don't miss your water till the well runs dry kind of thing.
Exactly.
Makes perfect sense.
Right? Would I spin the block? Probably not.
Mm.
Probably not.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't either.
Spinning the block is something that I try not to do. It can happen though. I'm not saying I've never done it, but I don't know. That's about it for me.
Why don't you believe in spinning the block?
It's not even that I don't believe in spinning the block. I've done it before. It's just that sometimes you break up for a reason, right? And I feel like I'm very forgiving, and I feel like I'm very patient. So if it comes to a point where we broke up, there's a very solid reason why we did. And that's really it. Sometimes I might be able to overlook it one more time, but most of the time it's a solid reason. Or that person broke up with me.
Fair.
So I know nobody asked me, but I wouldn't spin the block simply because sex for me is more emotional. It's more, I can't just sleep with a random woman for the sake of having sex.
She's not a random woman though.
But
The connection that
your favorite ex.
The connection that we had is no longer there.
But spinning the block doesn't always have to be sex.
Well,
It
I mean,
could be
I would
like
assume
rekindling the relationship.
I would love to go on a date with my favorite ex again. I would love to go somewhere with her one time, like just one more time.
Just one more time.
Just one more time.
that smile is wild though. Like you really feeling that girl.
Because I fucked up with her multiple times, but I know where I fucked up, and that's the thing. It's like I think I was just kind of like too not too young, but like just not ready to.
So
be
the Rocco now would be able to have a sustained and successful relationship with the woman.
See now about that, right?
Okay.
About that, right? Because I
It's
did.
a relationship.
I had a second chance with her, and the universe loves me so much that I had a second chance with another ex. So there's two girls that I dated in my 20s that I had a second, in my early 20s that I had a second chance with in my later 20s. And when I mean later, I mean like it was at least, well, one of them, it was a 3-year gap. We broke up in 2017. We got back together in like 2020. After I had I did a lot of shit to get her attention though. I dated her friend's ex-girlfriend in order to kind of put myself back into her headspace.
Yeah, I'm running that back through my head.
We're going to talk about that one day because that was the abusive relationship I got into. That's what I get for
That is what
It's like ugly.
That's what the fuck you get.
Straight up. But you know what?
I'm victim blaming here.
Life's about how hard you get hit
Fucker.
and if you can keep going, right? So boom. So I had a second chance with one girl 3 years later when I had like more money, more time, shit like that, better understanding. And then one girl, I dated her when I was like 22. I had a chance with her again when I was 31. And this was a girl that I thought I was going to marry at 22. I had a chance with her again at 31. So, okay. So yeah, I just say that to say, I appreciate that I had a second chance, but I already had my second chance with her. And then I blew it. But it was kind of some weird shit. It was a lot of weird shit.
I mean, so ultimately, I think that if you have an ex and you spin a block with them, whatever caused the downfall of your relationship is ultimately going to cause it again. How you end is usually how you start, and how you start is usually how you end.
In that situation, though, all right, the second time she came around, the reason why we fell off was because that's when I started doing like sex work and being more in front of the camera, and she didn't like the idea of like sharing me, even if. I was like, I just don't know what that means, and
it's like countdown. I just didn't want.
For what?
For the segment. Podcasts have segments, my boy.
We didn't forget that we had other stuff to talk about.
I was just letting you know about the time. God damn.
All right.
You acknowledged it. And
I acknowledged it because I was talking and I was just
he played the Oscar music. So basically, wrap it up. Man.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
Where was I going with this? You're the one who asked me the fucking question, which is crazy.
The question I asked you was if the Rocco now, if he could have a successful relationship with the woman then.
Yeah. If it would be the same downfall. It would not be because I'm actually taking a step back from performing in that way and making content with people like that because it was kind of damaging. I couldn't stay afloat on social media that way. So my goal is to still like connect with people, but in a more PG way. So I think that we could have a successful relationship if she came back. I think we could. Yeah.
We should definitely do a podcast about your past, not yours, but just like our past in general, and if our past impacts our present.
Well, it's gonna naturally come and go. It's gonna naturally pop up. and
Right, but
segments.
but is it impactful? Is my thing.
It's gonna pop up.
Some people can hear about, okay, well, I used to do this in my past. All right, cool. I don't care about that.
It's gonna become the lore of the pod. When people listen, they're gonna be like, okay, I know.
Listen to a backstory podcast.
Yeah,
right?
it's just gonna happen naturally. Marvel.
Not necessarily a backstory, like talking about our past. Just like, like, is there anything from your past that you think could be an issue in the future? Something like that.
All right.
But that comes with a level of comfortability and the willingness
Talk
to share.
about that off the air for sure.
So listen,
There.
it's Black History Month. You came, you said you had an idea that you wanted to talk about. Lead us into it, man. Talk a story.
I heard a line today from a spoken word artist, and forgive me because I can't recall his name, but this is something that other people have heard. He said that his mom said, if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. And in the Spike Lee movie, Mo Better Blues, Juan Carlo Esposito's character talks about how his brother got his ass whooped by his mom, like so bad because he had a picture of a white girl on the wall. So there's the same way that there are like, white people who don't want their kids dating black people. There are black people who don't want their kids dating white people. And I never really understood why people had like quarrels with interracial relationships. Prior to the pod, we were seeing Dr. Umar. He believes you can't really be pro-black if you're in an interracial relationship. And I don't fully agree with that. So we were going to today, we're going to talk about that concept, interracial relationships, the reality of them, the stereotypes that people have beyond them. Like, for example, people see a white woman with a black man, they think that white woman fucked up. But if they see a black woman with a white man, they think that black woman got lucky. Shit like that. And then you guys have this opinion that if you dated a Dominican person, that it's close enough to black, so it's not really interracial. And I could see where y'all coming from with that. But yeah, fellas, let's crack that. Let's break that up.
So, you said that Dr. Umar Johnson said that you can't be pro-black and date a white woman.
That's pretty much his stance. I'm not even misquoting him. That's pretty much.
I don't agree with that. Like, I don't think you could be a KKK member and date a black woman.
Correct.
Like, that would be weird.
I agree with
because that is a group designed for the purity of white people and was founded on the base of racism. Your pro-blackness is a stance for the progression of your people and the protection of your people, but that doesn't inherently make you racist. The KKK is inherently racist, so therefore dating a black person is kind of productive to what your ultimate goal is. But I'm a pro-black man who believes in the progression of my pro-black people. I can still love a white woman if I choose to. Because my stance doesn't change. Because I lay with a white woman, my stance does not change. The only thing that changes is who I'm laying with. I think that there's this unfounded, everything is based on race, and the reason why it's based so much on race is because it's a hot button issue. It's a buzzword.
He gonna call you a bunny hopper.
You can call me whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me late for dinner.
He'll call you Jonathan Majors. Now here's the thing, right? And Jonathan Majors did us all no favors with that. Like, and he didn't really do anything wrong. The situation's crazy, but that situation right there has kind of set interracial relationships back a little bit. As far as you being a black man and being able to stand on it, everybody's gonna be like, you saw what happened to Jonathan. Like, Emmett Till was back in the day. You know what I mean? But Jonathan Majors, I'm not saying he got Emmett Till, but I am saying...
No, he's still alive.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's just an example of a black
career.
man.
His character was assassinated.
Yeah, it's an example of a black man being in an interracial relationship and, like, experiencing trauma because of it. But, like... Yeah, Dr. Umar would say, and some black people would say, that by you procreating with a white woman, you're not helping, like, the black race, like, populate and shit.
The American population is not purely anything anymore. After the Irish and slavery and everything else, we are all severely mixed with something other than what our base race is.
Agreed.
All three of us are black.
Agreed.
But obviously we're more than black. You
right.
can tell by hair texture, you can tell by color, you can tell by eye color, nose shapes.
Hair texture is
everything. Shut up. I know where you're going. I know where you're going. And I hate you for it. And I hate that I knew where you were going. Choke, bitch. But
hey, listen, man.
But yeah, no one's purely anything. So this idea of black women and black men being together for the sake of recreating the nuclear family doesn't make any sense because our kids would never be fully black anyway. That's what the whole argument around reparations is too. How can you call for reparations for black people in the country of America when there's no way to know who was and wasn't descendant of slaves because we're all mixed.
Right.
You have black people that were originally here when the slaves were brought over. So how on earth is it that you can then dictate your ancestors may have been slaves and mine wasn't? How on earth do you distinguish the two?
Well, let's talk about that. Where do you think there were black people here before the slaves got here?
There's
I never thought about that. That's interesting.
There's evidence to support that the natives that were here originally, even before slaves were brought over here.
Well, those are red people. I'm sorry. Oh my God, that was racist. I apologize.
This is beyond my expertise, so I won't be able to partake in this conversation.
Wow.
The information.
I mean, I said it.
Yeah.
The idea of discussing that is beyond my expertise, you know. But what I will ask, I'll say just to bring it back, Isaac, have you ever been in an interracial relationship?
Generally speaking, yes. Generally speaking, yes.
Was race a factor in that relationship? Yes. Talk about it. What happened?
It wasn't not with the woman I dated, but her parents.
Did you meet her parents?
I did.
What happened?
Her dad was cool. I had no issues with her dad, but actually one issue arose later on, but that has nothing to do with race. Her mom, on the other hand, did not like me from the start. From the very beginning, when we first started dating, she did not like me. There was one day I went on a job interview and I came to her house to hang out. And I had a suitcase with me, and she literally said, "Oh, I bet you just came back from a drug trade," because I was in a suit and had a suitcase.
She said that in English?
No, she said it in Spanish, and then it was translated to me.
Damn.
Because my girlfriend at the time got really, really, really upset, and ended up telling me what her mom had said.
That's some like cartoonish racism. I know there's people who are against interracial relationship. They have a cartoonish idea of racism.
Yeah. They have what they see on TV.
That is so cartoonish.
They have what they see on TV.
Why would you be dating her busted ass daughter if you was being?
She wasn't busted.
She's not busted, but like, come on, if you was a drug dealer,
you know.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
I just feel like,
all right. But you know,
I'm just saying. I'm the only reason why I'm saying she's busted. I'm not disrespecting.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not disrespecting the shorty on your behalf, like that you pick bad ones. But I'm just saying, like,
this is a fuckboy.
Her daughter is definitely not the drug dealer's girlfriend type. Like, she not sitting in no car with no red leather seats. Like, you didn't have no car with no red leather seats.
I was like 18.
For her to think she just came from a drug deal because you came from a job.
Most people's idea of racism comes from what they've seen, not personal experience. It's just like a lot of people with their anger. You're not really mad. You're angry because everybody else around you is. You act like them. You assimilate and begin to take on their traits.
Right.
When it comes down to racism and people viewing black people in a specific type of way, her mother wasn't racist towards me. She was racist towards who she thought I was.
Right, you're right.
All the things that she had seen and everybody else had told her.
You're right.
That's it. And that's cool. Like have your biases, have your opinions or whatever the case may be. However, you can't then consistently base all of your opinions on that, especially after you meet me. Mm-hmm. And then you meet me and I'm nothing like the person you've perceived me to be.
Right.
At that point, you're just willfully ignorant and you're intentionally just doing everything in your power to cause issues.
Yeah. What about you, Kyle? You ever been in an interracial relationship?
I have not been in an interracial relationship.
Have you ever slept with anyone outside of your race?
Well, my Alaskan brother. I have, yes. I usually, like, for me, interracial is purely sexual. Like, I don't feel the need to date somebody outside of my race.
What do you mean the need?
Maybe the need is the wrong word to put, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never connected with anybody on that level to even think about getting into a relationship with them.
Do you think it's a cultural thing? Because I would say that you're vastly different from, like, you being a Caribbean American versus just a African American or someone who's, like, you know, straight up born American. Like, there will be some differences there. So I feel like there'd be even more differences if it's a Puerto Rican or a white girl who was born in America.
You know what? If you want to go into, like, maybe, like, the Hispanic route, I feel like, or Latino route, I feel like Latino people share a lot of values, that Caribbean people do.
Music, dancing, food,
remember the slave family went through.
So I don't believe that would have been a thing.
Okay.
I don't believe that would have been a thing. Now, I've been a part of intercultural relationships, which is a completely different thing. We both could be black, but different types of black, like you said, Caribbean American, African American. That is a thing.
Worlds apart.
Worlds apart.
It's crazy.
And it might as well be interracial dating.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Because the way that your American friends would treat their parents is not the way that a Caribbean person.
Oh, yeah. For
Like,
sure.
we just walk into the house, like, whatever, throw our shit on the floor and just keep pushing. In a Caribbean household, you must address their parents. You must stay for dinner type shit. It's almost, it's funny.
There's a good amount of things there. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, it's just been purely sexual for me.
So, and when it comes down to your personal preference, you prefer black women?
I prefer black women.
Okay, because you said it's sexual.
I prefer black women too.
As do I.
But.
You said that was a lie?
No, I said as do I.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, but
cool. You calling him a liar?
So then,
shit, you gonna do a liar, bro?
And we all identify as being pro-black, right?
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't we, right? Like, we want to say a lot.
Nah,
right?
I'm anti-black.
Oh, shit. Who would have thought? Oh, my God.
As he's in the room with two other black men.
Making a podcast. But, like, we all prefer black women, right? We all prefer them. I prefer them. Petite black women, specifically dark skin, right? But if I find a Hispanic woman or a white woman and we connect and we vibe and we fall in love, I don't have a problem marrying.
Nah, you love who you love, bro.
Right. At that point, it's no longer. At that point, it's no longer preference.
I can't go to no curl fests.
Okay. All right.
I can't go to Black Panther 3.
First of all, nobody's going to Black Panther 3 because Black Panther 2 is trash.
Regardless.
Like this whole thing about
hold the fuck out.
I like Black Panther 2. Didn't want to go there,
but the 2 was alright. It wasn't trash.
I liked it a lot.
I fair. It wasn't trash, but it was alright. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. You could tell that, like, you can see how much work they had to put into remaking that movie.
Oh yeah.
Like, you could tell, like, okay, this was not the original plan. The story was convoluted. It dragged. Shuri is, never mind. I can't say that. I'm not going to.
And we do not review films. But
I have a YouTube channel called Rant Raising Reviews, but we won't talk about that.
We will. You can totally mention that.
Man, don't worry. I'm just messing around. All right.
Okay.
But back to your point about, but at that point, it's not about preference at that point. It's about the connection that you've had with the person.
Yeah, but everyone, like, every time a black man gets, like, famous and then people find out his spouse is, like, white or white passing, they get upset. Like, Dr. Dre's white.
Have nothing else to do with their days. Why do you think reality TV is so popular?
That's not the point.
You know, Omari Hardwick has a white wife.
Yes. Okay. He's another one, right? So look, this is what happens, right? Yes, people have nothing to do better with their times. That's fine. But
you know who Omari Hardwick is? Ghost from Power.
Never seen Power. I've not watched the season.
What the fuck are you doing here, bro?
Oh, what?
This is why you should be in an interracial relationship.
I'm less of a black man because I don't watch Power.
Yes.
Did you watch Empire?
No.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing here? I agree. Like, I think you need to take some serious evaluation.
We're looking at you.
Well, watch The Color Purple, haven't we?
Collective black disrespect.
Color Purple is just an American film at this point now. It's not even like
I'm not talking about the original Color
Nigga,
Purple.
that's what I'm talking. It got Whoopi Goldberg. You good?
Right, we've seen The Color Purple, right? We've seen Life.
Yes.
Right? We see Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins, right? Okay, cool.
But that means that doesn't mean we can't add new things to it.
You absolutely can. But my point in saying all these different movies is the fact that I have watched things. Here's the real reason why I haven't watched it. The real reason why I haven't watched it is because it's still ongoing. And if I really get into it, I want to binge it. I don't like...
Nah, you can watch Power, bro. Power is over.
Okay, fine.
There are spin-offs of Power.
Okay,
but Power is
I was not aware of that.
Well, you need to be aware, nigga.
I'm aware now.
All right.
Okay, so what the fuck can we do about that at this exact moment?
The point is that the main character...
I can't watch it at this exact moment.
The main character in the show, he presents himself as a powerful black
man. Are you familiar with the main character of Power?
Only person I know on this show is Taraji P. Henson.
It's okay. It's fine. It's totally okay.
She's on the show, right?
No!
Taraji's not on the show?
No, she's not.
She's on Empire.
Who's that?
She's on Empire. What?
That's what I'm talking about. Taraji P. Henson. You said it's a spinoff, right? So it's in the same universe.
It does. None of this shit matters. All that matters is that black men be having white wives. And people be like, what the fuck? Okay? Let's bring it back. Black men be having white wives and people be like, why?
This nigga lost me, bro.
He did.
You think it's bad? Wait till you find out I don't eat bacon.
I mean, like, whatever. I don't know.
I haven't eaten bacon.
That's not the same as depriving yourself of entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, prominent.
So it's more
Gives a
offensive.
fuck if you eat bacon.
It's more offensive that I haven't seen Power
Yeah.
or
Little bit.
Empire rather
Yeah.
than that I don't eat bacon.
Because most people was one or the other. Most people was either Power or Empire. So that's why I asked. I would have gave you a
Like-
pass.
Like Popeye's a KFC chicken sandwich, bro.
Straight up.
Popeyes.
Alright.
Okay. All right.
You sure?
Still in
Yeah,
there.
absolutely sure. I don't fuck with KFC.
Alright.
Just give you a pass.
This nigga weird, bro.
Donald Glover.
I know.
Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
Right?
ATL was good.
Okay, cool.
What?
ATL was good.
It's Atlanta.
Atlanta. ATL.
No.
It's not.
No.
ATL is a movie about roller skating.
why-
Oh
fuck
my
it
god! I know the
This
movie
nigga,
ATL.
yeah.
I've seen
He just
ATL.
wants to fuck with us.
I've seen ATL.
You think words don't mean anything?
Atlanta was good.
You think words don't mean
Atlanta was a good
anything?
show.
You think you can just use
My
words?
favorite
ATL is an abbreviation, and it is the name of a movie that had T.I. in it.
Specific.
And Lauren London.
Yes.
Right?
And Jason Walker.
Atlanta is Donald Glover's masterpiece.
Yes.
Great. It's a great show.
Series on FX, right?
Yeah.
Continue, man. Because
So,
this nigga...
I'm yeah, you got some work to do. But there's a lot of black men. Donald Glover, Amari Hardwick, who else?
Donald Glover has a white wife?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a wife but a girlfriend or something.
No, I think she's his wife.
Yeah.
I think that's his wife. And he said because
Key and Peele?
Jordan Peele's married to a white woman. I know that.
But they're both biracial.
Jordan Peele's biracial.
Both of them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
You can't see it?
I can see it with Keith.
They both got white moms,
I
yeah.
can see it with Keith.
Yeah.
but not
That,
with-
that was their whole thing.
Ah,
That was their whole thing. They're both biracial.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's
But,
funny,
like,
funny enough, but
right,
Isn't that the magic of a biracial?
Yeah.
We got Key and
excuse them.
Peele.
Excuse them.
Yeah,
From everything.
We got Key and
Oh,
Peele.
he's biracial. No, you know them.
Yeah. So
No, they get it.
Now, but here's my question: will we be saying the same thing about Key and Peele, still biracial, but more white passing than black? Because that's the thing as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
Logic
like
is a
Logic.
rapper who's more white passing than black.
But let's say Logic dropped the M-bomb.
He does.
He does.
Does he?
I'd say, what if he dated a white girl? But I feel like most people wouldn't care because they already kind of see
Because
him
he
as
looks white.
Yeah.
Logic is white by analysis.
If a
right?
black girl dated him, they would think she might be goofy though, because he kind of, he's not the best.
Logic is a type of biracial where it's uncomfortable when he starts talking about his black side.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to hear
I know
it.
a white person like that.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear it.
Like,
But Serena Williams, or one of the Williams sisters, is with a white man. Oh, and Janet Jackson also dated like a billionaire, a millionaire who isn't a black man. Women were cheering them on, but 9 times out of 10, if an athlete or a black male celebrity dates a white woman, they're gonna be like, "What are you doing? You're supposed to be with a sister."
That goes back to the point you made earlier. The perspective that's given is if a black woman dates a white man, she's dating up. If a white woman is dating a black man, she's dating down. If that's the perspective that's consistently being given, then it would make perfect sense that black women who are constantly hearing, "Girl, get you this man that got all this money, get a man that does this and that." What one man won't do, another one will. You constantly hear that dumb shit growing up. Constantly, when you see a black woman with a white man, the first thing you're gonna think is, "Well, she got money. She's definitely living her best life."
Yeah.
But then if you see, I remember somebody said it to me before that black women date white men for status and white women date black men because they have no choice.
Damn, yeah, that falls in line with it.
I disagree.
No, I don't agree with that
I don't
either.
agree.
But that's
I disagree because you know
but that's
why?
the mindset that's put out.
And like you guys are saying it, like if a white woman dates a black man, she's dating down. There are other circumstances where it's either she's dating down or that black man is higher ranking.
Mm-hmm.
He has to be some type of celebrity or some type of doctor. Or,
If you whenever I went out with a white girl, like who was a friend of mine, people would always look at us like twice, like who is he? Because I also had like wild haircuts at the time, so people just couldn't figure out like who I was.
and that's
why
the
I was
next thing
with this.
about being black. Like having a wild haircut is a privilege.
Well, what do you mean by that?
If you're a black man, having a wild haircut is a privilege, bro. There are certain jobs that you don't.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To be able to do certain things with your hair,
You're right.
and still be I'm
A member of society.
A member of society
Straight up.
is different.
I get that. I see
You know
what you
what I'm
mean.
saying?
Now it makes sense.
You think
when you bring it
OBJ would have had that hair if he was going to a 9 to 5 every day?
Maybe not.
Or he wanted to work in the
And
office?
that's the thing. My hair looked just like his. And at the time, people were telling me I looked like...
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was terrible. He was on the job.
Yeah, and then people said you look like Odell.
It was
I remember that.
too crazy, too uncanny. It was to the point where people was literally talking to me about the Giants. Like, y'all blew that lead last week. Like, bro,
That's wild.
They knew I wasn't him because I was just like riding a bike, but it was just called OBJ. That's the only reason why I knew he existed. But
At least it wasn't OJ.
right, that's thank God. But with that being the case,
We talking about interracial relationships.
I heard a comedian tell he saw like an interracial couple in the audience, and the comedian was like, "Date white women that white men would want." He's like, a lot of black men date white women that white men don't want, and so that just adds to the idea that none of it is a choice. Like all the propaganda surrounding interracial relationships makes it seem like nobody is desiring the person. That everyone is in it due to survival, which is really fucked up.
Yeah.
Really fucked up and really weird. It makes you wonder, like, I don't know, what do they think about their own situations? Because with your logic, that means that black girls feel like black men are typically struggling. So it's like, why are you bringing this white girl into your struggle? You should be with a black woman. But if it's a black woman with a white man, it's like you have gotten out of the struggle.
This is exactly why the issue constantly comes up, because when you ask people why is it that you have an issue with interracial dating, the answers are usually always the same. There's usually, there's racism involved, and, we need to stay with our own races because we need to keep it pure. We're losing the battle that there are more white people being born than black people. Always the same exact arguments, but what it all boils down to is that a person dates whoever they want to date. And that's where it should be left. But people feel this overwhelming need to interject themselves or have fake anger towards things. And it convolutes the true conversation. It convolutes what really should be talked about. And what really should be talked about is not why am I dating outside of my race, but why does it matter to you that I'm dating outside of my race? What is it about me and my relationship? What is so impressing about my relationship with this white woman that you feel the need to talk to me about this, that you feel the need to get so fucking upset about it? What's that thing that triggers you about my relationship? Is it the fact that you see happiness? Is it the fact that you're not used to seeing this and it's discomforting to you? I don't know, man. There has to be some psychological issue. And I think it all comes back to how we're raised and what it is we see growing up. I mean, if you grow up seeing struggle all the time, like we talked about it earlier with our favorite exes and whatnot, if you're not used to something and somebody's doing something that you're not used to, you'll more than likely revolt against it because you're not used to it. It doesn't necessarily make it bad. It's just, I'm not used to that. Well, instead of you revolting against it, how about you be receptive? And instead of you bashing somebody, how about you just actually have a conversation with them? Like, hey, what was it about? Instead of it being about what is it about this white woman or this white man that got you, what is it about this person that pulled you? And why is it that a person like me couldn't pull you or something like that? Open up the dialogue and have an honest conversation with one another. And don't be offensive about why you're asking your question. Don't be offensive with your answer. Because once you start getting offensive, people close their ears off anyway, and nobody gets any type of work done at that point.
Word. How do you feel, Kyle, when you see a interracial couple? When you see like a white man with a black woman?
White man with a black woman, I think that guy's having a good time.
I'll be real. If her booty big, I'll be like, I don't know if you can handle all that.
Yeah,
I'll think that. I'll be. I don't know if
They're
you can
usually
handle
top
that.
heavy.
But I also think of like what their home life is like some of the conversations that they have, like, some of the rules that are laid out for both of them before they go somewhere. Like if it's a white man dating a black woman, we're going out to the black woman's family gathering. He has to have a set of rules.
He does. Certain shit he can't say.
It's crazy though.
But
It's because he's not part of the culture.
No,
but it's also vice versa.
I understand that.
She goes out with him. She has a set of rules that she should.
But the reason why these set of rules are in place is simply because of the fact that there's that mindset we spoke about earlier about people that quote unquote shouldn't be together who are. There's no reason in the world why if I have a white woman and I go to my family reunion, which is all black people, there's no reason in the world why I should then have to tell my wife, all right, be careful what you say. Don't do this.
Nah, but think about it.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Why would you want to?
Those people didn't choose that person. You chose.
I
That
understand
person. So
that
they can be mad at that person if they say something they don't like.
But there's a difference between getting upset about something that someone says versus already assuming that this person is going to be a specific type of way, so you then have to do damage control before you even arrive.
But if you, all right, basically, like, a good example would be like, okay, babe, we're going to the cookout. Don't do this if the music stops playing. Don't do that. Let someone else start that off first. Like, straight up, like, don't bother the DJ. Don't make any requests. Like, let them play the music that they want to play. The burgers are going to be cooked well done. You can't complain about that. They're not going to have vegan food. You can't be tripping on that. They're going to have beer and liquor. If you want wine, we got to get a bottle when we go. Like, shit like that.
Raisins in a potato salad.
So then wouldn't it just be simpler not to date that person?
No. So, hold on, wait, now, here's the thing. That's what some people avoid. Like, for example, that's what we were talking about with Kyle. Like, it would be mad work for him to explain the intricacies of, like, Caribbean culture. Yeah. Some white girl who grew up in New York City and her parents are Jewish. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna have to be like, goddamn, he gonna have to write a book for her.
I think there's also a region also plays a part in that, because a white girl in New York City, she might be hip to it.
If she's from Crown Heights, yes. If she's from, because I'm saying,
but I'm sure they spread the word. Like, the Jewish community is a tight knit community. Now, let's say I was dating a girl from Minnesota.
That would be different.
You know, they don't use seasoning out there.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
It's a whole new world. She never had Caribbean food in her life. There's no Caribbean people in Minnesota.
Okay, but so that so in the guise of,
you would say, like, when just to answer your question, like you said, would it be easier to just not date them? Most people, that's why they just kind of stay with their own, because it's harder to assimilate to another culture. And it happens. 90 Day Fiancé, that's what that whole show is about.
90 Day Fiancé.
And the crazy part is, like, he used me as an example. That's like when I was talking about intercultural dating, right? I still have to explain to an African American person why it is that Caribbean people dance like that.
I saw your post about that on Instagram. Like, somebody was like, "Why are girls like dressed like this and dancing like this?" And you were like, "You guys don't know the difference between culture and sex.
Yeah,
you guys are automatically assuming that because this girl's dressed like this and dancing like this, that she's trying to fuck. But in all actuality, it's part of her culture.
It's part of our culture.
And then African culture too. African culture is a thing where women would walk around topless. Yeah, and not because they were trying to entice anybody, but it was part of the culture.
Listen, African women, they'll jump around, they'll get together and they'll just start twerking. Mm-hmm. And it's not twerking to twerk. Yeah. That's literally how they dance.
Yeah, I've seen it.
You see what I'm saying? African American culture in the United States is based off of sex. Yes. So those same dances that we do culturally just for a good time, they do it because it's a mating ritual. And it's not that for us.
And being able to know the difference is necessary.
Exactly.
But when you live in a country that is over-sexualized, it's very difficult to see that.
And because of that, that's why when they look at certain interracial relationships, they assume that it's because of some sort of fetishization. Like, black men with Asian women, and white women with black men.
Like, we're not denying that that's a thing. There's definitely a fetishization of races.
Right, I'm agreeing with your point about how, like, because America is so over-sexualized, yes, part of the hatred for interracial relationships is the idea that it is surface level, that it is superficial, and that it's only for status or for pleasure. That even if a white man is dating a black woman, it's just because she's a good fuck. Like, back to slave days, like a bed wench. That's why people have a problem with Shonda Rhimes, some of her work. Not her, she's successful, she's amazing. But in a lot of her work, it's interracial. Like, it's a black woman with a white man.
Olivia Pope and the President.
Yeah, Grey's Anatomy was actually originally going to be married.
Have you seen Grey's Anatomy?
I watched it like the first 2 seasons.
Of course you have.
Scandal.
Of course you have.
I didn't see How to Get Away with Murder. I haven't seen that one.
Why not?
I just never got a chance.
What do you have against Viola Davis?
I love Viola Davis. Woman King was amazing.
This nigga liked Woman King but didn't like Black Panther 2?
What are you talking about? Black Panther 2 was a rushed movie.
Let's move on.
Yeah, because we don't review movies, right? We're not that podcast. People have other podcasts they listen to for that. Yeah. So it's okay.
Fun fact, when I went to go see Woman King, me, my ex, my brother, and his wife went, there was only 4 people in the theater, and it was us. Nobody else went to go see it.
I completely understand
I could believe that story.
I hate you.
That's twice.
That's twice. Oh my God! Somebody gonna eventually put it together, and I hope they don't. Christ Almighty! But I don't even know where to go now.
Listen, this was a great discourse. I
But
did
wait,
it. I did
do
it.
we believe that you could be pro-black even if you're dating outside your race? I do.
Yes, pro-black is a stance.
Okay.
It's a stance. The base in what it's all about what the base of the stance is. The base of pro-blackness is for the progression of black people, not the digression of other races. It's not what it's about. We're not against you. We're for us. The KKK is against you and for themselves.
Right.
That's why the separation is necessary.
Damn.
Educating oneself.
To be saying smart stuff sometimes, yo. It's crazy. We can stop there before you say anything dumb.
Yo, I can't. I believe you can date interracially and still be pro-black. Yeah, I just believe you can.
Would you,
so too.
Would you though?
Would I?
Would you date interracially?
Would I?
Yeah.
If you were the leader of like of a group at like your church or your school and y'all did protests and you,
Nah, I would not.
Look,
It messes with the
niggas gonna be so mad.
Yeah,
man.
they would be so mad.
like look at this pro-black man over here, man, talking about black love and all this other stuff. That's one.
I would never speak about black
He
love.
He slept with who? His kids are what? And then they would
I
immediately
would
turn
never
on.
speak about black love if I was interracially.
I still would speak about black love if I was.
No, I would not.
There's other people who could do it.
Yeah, everybody else.
I'm
did that.
still black.
Let Papoose and
Yeah.
that didn't.
They're divorced.
Oh,
Well, I mean, I don't think they're divorced.
LeBron
yet.
James and his wife, maybe.
there we go. Okay. Yeah.
Not Steph Curry and Aisha Curry. She like validation from other men.
I think the promotion of black love is to avoid like any sort of disparities between black men and black women. I don't think it's to say black love or nothing. The whole black love campaign, I think it's to say like, ain't nothing wrong with you dating your peer. Like, there's nothing wrong with you dating someone within your race. Like, that's okay to be proud of too. Mm-hmm. That's all. That's what I think that is.
Black love is a thing, and black love is beautiful.
I'm a marry whoever I fall in love with. If she white, I don't care if she can't use my comb. She's still coming home.
Now, what if she can't cook?
I can cook. Here's the thing. A girl who can't cook, it's a problem for me, for you too. What are you doing when I'm not home and cooking? That's going to be a money issue too. A girl who can't cook, it's a money thing too. Ordering takeout, $40 every day? No, thank you. No, thank you.
Takeout is expensive.
What if she
shit
can cook but don't know how to use seasoning properly?
That could be worked on, but then she just not going to cook. I can cook for myself. She just not going to cook for me. And that'll suck for when, I don't feel like cooking. But
What if she fry her chicken, and when she fry her chicken, it don't come out golden brown?
also, why are you assuming what person are you assuming here? Like, why are you? What kind of person?
I'm just asking.
I have a question.
Why do you think that race has anything to do with cooking? Like, Gordon Ramsay is a chef.
Yes.
He's not black. He's white, pretty, world famous. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why he's not.
Because some people can't cook. Some black women can't cook either. I was asking a general question.
All right.
But no, these are related
All right,
to.
fellas. Okay. All right. Break it up.
It's not. It's just
Break
not a
it.
general question. It's
We're
based
about
on
to go down a whole cooking line of.
He does that. He be opening doors. Be opening
I don't
side
open the
doors.
door.
Let me ask you this: what race do y'all think y'all would best identify with outside of black?
Hispanic. Straight up. Brazilian, something, not. That's it. Just some sort of Hispanic. Absolutely. If I wasn't black, I'd have to be Hispanic. Some sort of Hispanic.
I don't know. I've never given that any thought.
I have. That's exactly what came out.
I wouldn't know either.
They dance. They play instruments. They eat good food. They speak. If you speak Spanish, you can travel to like multiple countries and live. Like, I'm learning Portuguese, but like Spanish, the way that they speak in DR, PR, like you could go anywhere you want with that language. So it would be Hispanic. I would be a Latino boy for sure.
I would have to think about that.
What's there to think about, nigga? I just don't understand why it's not an easy choice.
Because it's not something I thought about.
But if you wasn't black, how would you want to be white?
Do you think my answer is going to be different from 2 minutes ago?
So listen.
It's not that many races, yeah.
It's not the point.
It's an infinity pool of races. It's like 6 races.
My question was a little too broad, right?
Like your shoulders.
Shut the fuck up. Get him tight.
So is your neck.
Pause.
What? How's that a pause?
What you know about my neck, bro?
Oh, no, that's a pause.
I think
Now
if he
you
had a
about to
choice,
take
he
it
would be
away.
Floridian. If he could pick.
Who, me?
No, him.
A race would be Floridian?
You, yeah.
Why would I?
Listen. My question was too
I
broad.
don't even like the heat.
When I say identify with, I meant like
Be with, right?
what race would you feel like would be the easiest for you to be with outside of black? And I feel like your answer might be the same.
Nah, I don't think so, because Hispanic people are mad racist.
Oh, okay.
Even though I'm a light-skinned black person, I don't like the benefits of that. Like, I don't appreciate colorism. So if, like, a Haitian girl dates me and she goes, oh my God, you're light-skinned. Like, I love light-skinned boys. I'm like, no. Like, even though I like dark-skinned girls, I don't fetishize them. Like, if I date a dark-skinned girl, I don't geek out over her skin.
That's when your beige rage kicks in.
Hey, you know? But, like, if a girl, I never want to benefit from being a light-skinned black person. So, for parents like, oh no, you can date him because even though he's black, he's not that black, I would be mortified. I would
Yeah, he doesn't want any khaki confusion.
I don't want no khaki confusion, baby. Not in here. Not up there in here. Can you mute my mic? I want to take a bite of this chip.
I'll mute him up. For me, I think I would, I don't know. It might be Hispanic. It might be Hispanic. Because like I said, we share a lot of cultural similarities.
You know,
right?
you know, it's crazy. My brother's wife is Puerto Rican, and the woman that I was with previously was Dominican. So I don't know. It seems like when it comes down to what I ultimately end up attracting, because like dating black women is something that's happened to me over the last like 10 years. Black women wanted nothing to do with me in school. You know, you're tall, but you don't play basketball. You prefer singing. What you trying to say?
What?
What you trying to say?
I didn't say anything, bro.
Literally, you're on the mic.
Okay.
What you trying to say? You wonder why?
What is that? What I said?
That is what you said.
Continue, man.
I don't even remember my point no more.
So it's funny that you mentioned that, because now that we have the internet, all the people who were into anime and nerdy stuff, like when we were younger, they're now on the internet upset that Dragon Ball Z is now known as like a hood favorite anime. That all these girls are wearing anime wigs, that Meg the Stallion has like anime collaborations coming out. She has a thing with Crunchyroll. Like, people are so upset that the culture that they were bullied for is now accepted. And they felt like that's what was stopping them from having the relationships that they wanted.
Childish Gambino said that.
Yeah.
He said that as well. He said he couldn't, black girls would never date him because he was a nerdy, quiet kid.
Yeah. And then, like, that's something that we got to dissect. Like, is that...
Was it the fact that you were nerdy, or was it just the fact that black women didn't like you in junior high and high school?
I mean, you had to be something, you know? He liked what he liked, and the only person he can identify with was Kimiko.
I'll admit, it is a little cringe, though, to be walking around and hearing niggas talking about ooh-woo and making those stupid faces and doing this dumb shit. Like, that's
if he was doing that. But what I think is, like, the eras that we grew up in, we came from a legion of people who would try to, like, pass in order to assimilate into culture because they didn't want to be, like, too black and shit. I feel like the era that he grew up in, when he was coming up, these girls didn't have the boldness. Even if they liked him, they could not leave their friend group and say, I like him.
So societal pressures would be like, nah, I got to stick with the popular girls.
Absolutely.
Kind of like, that's literally Mean Girls.
Even if they liked him, I feel like...
Sorry, what?
They said watching Mean Girls is not power.
I didn't watch Mean Girls until like 5 years ago, but still, that's Mean Girls. Lindsay Lohan's character. Y'all act like y'all didn't
bringing up Mean Girls in Black History Month.
Y'all didn't watch Disney Channel growing up. I bet y'all know Lizzie McGuire.
Of course.
Yeah, even Stevens.
But yeah,
I'm pretty sure everybody loves Raymond. Well, not everybody loves Raymond. That's So Raven. Everybody like Kelsey. Topanga was hot.
It is Black History Month.
So is Megan Good. Megan Good is beautiful.
I would flip the question to people and say, would you have dated those girls that were in your middle school? The girls who didn't want to date you, would you have wanted to date them? Because I don't think I would have dated any of the girls that we went to middle school with. Like, even though I dated one, but most of the girls that we went to middle school with, they wasn't really, they was too quiet. They were Caribbean. I didn't know that they was Caribbean. I just thought they were black. You know what I mean?
There was one girl, she was in my 7th grade class and in y'all 8th grade class. Because we weren't in 8th
Remember her
grade
name?
classes. Yeah, I remember her name. I remember.
Can you fucking say it? Like,
What's her name, bro?
I don't. Say her name. I'll say it off the time.
Say her name, bro. Nah, say it now, bro.
Her name was Nalaja. She was.
I remember Nalaja.
She was gorgeous.
She
But
was
the
bad.
funny thing is,
She was bad.
in 7th grade,
Nalaja,
That was
you
the
was
like
bad.
Persian looking girl, like
Persian?
Middle
No.
Eastern.
Nah, Nalaja was black.
She was beautiful.
Think
beautiful.
Lauren London.
I think
Lauren London. She had like
She was-
a
she
Lauren
was
London.
beautiful.
She was a Lauren London
Beautiful
sleeper.
dark skin. She had long hair.
She was dark skinned. I think I know who you're talking about.
Glossy ass lips.
The funny
all the
thing
time.
is in
All
7th,
the fucking time, bro. You could fry some eggs on her
She
lips.
might have been
in 7th grade, she was with the popular girls, and like the popular girls were all failing.
Mm-hmm.
Nalaja ended up in the highest 8th grade class because outside of school, she was studying and doing everything else. And when she got to y'all class, the shit that she was doing in our class, she wasn't doing anymore. She had just like put her head down and started studying and everything.
Yeah.
She's in our
So-
8th grade class.
Yep.
Nah, Nalaja was bad.
Who do we have for 8th grade? Was that Mr.
Yep.
Marco?
Yeah, y'all had DeMarco. We had Baldwin.
Oh my God, Miss Baldwin was mad hostile.
Miss Baldwin was hood. She was wild hood.
Yo, remember I used to like bait her into
Bruh.
rants and debates.
We
And
used to go crazy in Miss Baldwin's class.
I remember this one time she said to me, she always called me George. I hated that, but she always called me
oh, because
George.
your last name was
My
George.
last name. And I said something to her.
She was unhinged.
I said something to her, and she's
Yeah,
like,
she
George,
was.
now you know good and well I don't know how to dress. Because she,
She didn't.
She really didn't.
bruh, like Miss Baldwin, if you ever hear this, I love you. I do. But man, yo, she would come in, her hair would like be unkempt.
She was very.
She would have a
weird.
brown sweater with a green shirt underneath and wild looking pants and platform
Maybe
shoes.
she was
Yeah.
on drugs or something. She said her father was like legally blind. I remember that.
Nah, she just seemed like an overworked school teacher.
Possibly.
I mean, we didn't make it easy.
But Miss DeMarco was mad calm. Miss DeMarco had the patience of a saint.
Miss Nelson was, I didn't like Miss Nelson.
Oh, that was the Trinidadian math
Jamaican.
She
teacher.
became the principal.
We Jamaican. All of our math teachers were Caribbean and annoying.
Codrington wasn't annoying. Codrington was cool.
He was an English teacher.
Yeah, he was
we
cool.
had that lady for 7th grade.
Fuck Mr. Codger.
You don't like her.
Codrington?
I was cool with him, but the thing about it is he was Trinidadian.
Yeah.
When he met my mom and found out that I was Trinidadian, I was held to a different standard.
Absolutely.
And he started talking to me crazier than he would anyone else because he knew he could get away with it.
Yeah. Which is fucked up. That's pretty fucked
He
up.
called me a big horse one time.
He was mad because like he was trying to prepare us for this test.
Yeah.
That's wild rude. I'm laughing because I don't expect to hear that from a teacher.
Nah, yeah.
That's
he went
crazy.
He was a hard ass.
Because he was giving us extended days.
Yeah, extended days.
Because
And
he was getting us ready for the ELA or something like that.
It was kinda
And we
fucked
would
up.
skip it and just be outside in the park.
him, that little boy
And-
Tyrese or something,
I remember Tyrese.
and then I think you, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, I don't think it was him.
We had Codrington in the 7th together.
In different grades.
But that was the grade. It was seventh
Seventh.
grade.
Seventh,
He
we had
had the
classes.
extended
Y'all
classes.
remember when he threw Kyle out the room? Not you.
The other Kyle.
The other Kyle.
Hell yeah, I never forget that.
That boy, he picked that boy up by his collar, and you didn't hear
by the
it.
scruff of his neck.
You didn't hear it. You didn't see it. You heard the boom.
I just didn't
But when this kid
understand,
hit
like-
the wall and then the floor. I don't even remember why he did it, but
He
I
said that
think
he
was a
was-
monster, bro.
He said that he was like touching himself or like.
As a monster. And the thing
How
about it
did
is,
you dumb shit?
he really wanted the best for us. Like,
He
I ain't
did.
gonna lie, it was just his methods were crazy.
His-
Hodgington was the first person I ever saw, like, he was a teacher that brought in, like, hip-hop lyrics, and we broke it down. I heard the song, was it Lucifer by Jay-Z for the first time because of him, because he brought it in, printed out the lyrics, and we broke it down.
I do remember that he used to print out lyrics.
I
Yeah.
remember.
He let us watch movies. He let us watch The Warriors.
Yeah.
You remember that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he let us watch The Warriors, and he was like, "This movie's about how everybody doesn't make it with you on the trip, on the journey of life." I was like, "How the fuck?"
I saw him once in a mall. Saw him just randomly in a mall one day in Brooklyn.
I would never be able to pick him out of a lineup right now.
I didn't pick him out. He saw me. And I'm
well,
pretty
I mean,
easy-
you
pretty
are,
hard
yeah.
to miss.
We read of Mice and Men with him.
Yeah,
Was it with him or was it with
he
Mr.
was
Marco?
animated. It was.
Nah, it was with him.
Was it Codrington?
Yeah.
Oh, I already read Bradbury with DeMarco.
Yeah, Ray Bradbury was.
But yeah, there was every Friday my boy would come and dress down, and it was like the most prim and proper dress down I ever seen. He would come in and his jeans had creases in them.
Oh, yeah.
His sweater was
Yeah.
like this nigga used a whole bottle of starch in his shit.
Yeah.
His shit was tight, my boy. And was him and Ms. Nelson
That's what we thought.
That's what everybody thought.
Because then she ended up pregnant, and then she ended up out of school for a while, and at the same time she was out, Condra was out.
She was mad annoying. First of all, 2 employees cannot take maternity leave at the same time.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can.
Some was off.
Can they?
Yeah, you can.
She was out, and
The mother of my kids, me and the mother of my kids, we met at a job, and she got pregnant while we were working the same job.
We work for like the same branch, or
Nah, we worked like the same job.
like
We had the
like
same location, same
everything.
position,
They
everything.
let y'all both take it at the same time.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Okay, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Because I guess y'all are two different.
The thing about it is, one of us can't come back.
What do you mean?
One of us got to get transferred because now it's a conflict of interest. We've just become family.
Okay.
That's wild.
You know what I'm saying? So one of us has to go to a different, like upon return, we have to go to a different site.
Copy. Fair enough.
Oh, so you still got your job, you just got to go to a different place.
Yeah.
I thought niggas was getting fired. I'm
Nah,
like, that's wild.
that would be crazy.
That's wild.
But this was nice. Fuck you guys. But this was nice. I'm mad because my phone ran out of storage about halfway through this shit. But it's
Did it run out
okay.
of storage or did it die?
No, it ran out of storage. It stopped recording because I ran out of storage. Because my dumbass likes to keep a lot of shit on my phone.
Yeah, he has videos of people saying things so that if Isaac ever gets out of line, he can send him a video.
That's a fact.
Something.
I put that shit on my external hard drive. I just have them just...
How?
I send it to myself.
Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
And then save it into my...
Let's spare our viewers
Save it.
our listeners
You
from...
connect your phone to your external hard drive?
I can connect my phone to my computer.
Remember when I said let's stop before you said something dumb?
That's not dumb. You can connect your iPhone to your iMac and you can text through your computer. So I have my stuff on my external hard drive, so all I have to do is click it, drag it in, and then send.
That's a lot.
Well,
That's not stupid. That's literally how it works.
I didn't say it was stupid.
No, this nigga over there.
I said it was a lot. That's a lot.
yeah.
It's a lot. But anyway, that's the end of another episode.
Definitely listen to this episode back.
You need to listen to
with
the
a pen
first
and a piece of paper for sure.
Why? What are you going to write down?
Everything that I feel.
What are you going to write down?
We're gonna come in here next week.
We hit some great points. I feel like it felt like a real podcast. Like we hit some great points. We joked on each other for sure, you know, but I'm listening to both of them.
I felt like the last one was too jokey.
No, the last one was great. It was nice and tight.
How would you know?
What do you mean?
You didn't listen to
It
it.
was only like 45 minutes, so this one...
This guy doesn't listen back to the podcast.
How do you know?
Oh my God. I wasn't in a secure state of mind to listen to it yet.
He didn't listen because he was depressed.
I felt it was good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was depressed and I didn't want to like assess myself.
I'm sorry. I
From
feel
a
like
depressed state of
I'm shaming your depression.
No, it's fine.
It's okay to be depressed.
It is.
Have you dug yourself out of that hole? Do you need help?
Now I'm out of it.
Are
Absolutely.
you sure?
Yeah.
There's a hotline you can call.
I got paid. So once that direct deposit hits, depression just... It's like, what is
That's
that?
a fact. Whenever I get paid, I got to eat lovely.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow when I get paid, bro, I'm about to eat like lobster.
I'm allergic to shellfish, but I'm rooting for him.
Yeah.
I don't even have one. I get paid. I just
Do not eat that popcorn. Oh, this motherfucker, he about to do it. All right, go ahead, nigga. Go ahead. Nah, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. All right.
It'll be the last sound.
Listen, what's your socials, fellas?
Y'all can find me on Instagram, TikTok of the same name. I'm Second Chance. That's IMS.
That was worse than what I did, what I was gonna do.
Nigga, eat your chip, man.
Go ahead and finish your shit. Did you give it out? You gave it out?
I don't even fucking care no more. I'm the one that's editing this. Watch what I do.
It's your boy Rocco Seymour, aka Rocco Sensei. You can follow me. I'm on YouTube. It's Rocco Seymour, ROCKO SEYMOUR. On Instagram, it is at Rocco_Sensei SENSEI. That's how you can get to me.
You said you were editing this. You're not editing the audio, though. Oh, okay.
That's not why I laughed, because I got ready to say something. I heard it.
Once again, you already know. Like I said, it's See the Prophet. You can find me at Random Discourse _
I'm
pod.
Second Chance as IMSECONDCHANCE on Instagram and TikTok. It'll also be on the lower third.
You never got to finish?
No, bitch, you plucked a bottle across the room.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I didn't realize we didn't get.
I literally said I am, and then you plucked a bottle.
I'm sorry, man.
It don't even matter. Y'all niggas keep calling me Isaac.
You haven't earned the second chance.
Bitch, I've been second chance for 2 years.
Second chance just feels weird.
That's because you keep calling me Isaac.
Because I know you as Isaac.
God.
Second chance is gonna take a minute.
It's gonna take a minute.
Well, then start saying it.
That's so many words. You know what? Let's
No, I can't even say it so many words because people know me as a C the Prophet or just C.
I call you C. I call you C.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or just C. But, you know.
I haven't called you by your name in like 17 years.
Second chance is just like, well, Rocco is Rocco, you know?
Yeah, but that's not your name. I haven't called you by your government name in years.
Why would you?
My point is that the reason why I'm not calling you by your government name is because I respect the fact that you're using a specific name. So I call you by said name. Respect me enough to use mine.
Okay, second chance.
Second chance, you got it, bro.
You got it, second chance.
On my name.
You've never actually been called it, and that's the only reason why.
I'm literally called all over social media.
No, I'm talking about like, has anyone addressed you? You know
Yes.
what? I don't want to waste people's ear space with this, so I'm gonna just
Listen. You can find the pod at Random Discourse _pod. You can find my personal Instagram CEE_DA_prophet, and just click the link in the bio, and you'll be able to find everything else that you need to know. Thanks, guys.
Ciao.
Check y'all later.